So, I've been in the Legend of Korra and the last Airbender fandom for a while, and it's something all right. Atrocious based on what I've seen. There's a lot of things that I want to talk about in the two shows and how the toxic fans' perception about them, but I think this deserved its own video. The no-help rule. If you don't know Korra, the protagonist of Legend of Korra is often mocked for receiving help and quote-unquote, never winning a 1 versus 1. She is the avatar after Aang, and the events taking place 70 years after the original avatar, the last Airbender, having to take on the evil of the world on both the physical and spiritual worlds. Those with common sense know that not even strongest person alive can't always do things on their own. Yet it seems that's what Korra is often mocked and criticized for. Yet, in the original, Aang often had help with his fights throughout the show, Katara often saving him that there's even nearly an 11-minute video of her saving Aang multiple times. Hey, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It would be very unrealistic for even an avatar to do things on their own, which is why the no-help rule really doesn't make sense, and for some reason it's seen as shameful, most of the time being only applied to Korra. Yet the most legendary avatars like Kyoshi and Yang Chen have had help with fighting their battles. Especially someone like me who has read both the Yang Chen books. She literally has a team avatar that helps her take down 3 strong firebenders. And Kyoshi and her team was losing against Yun until Kyoshi tricked Yun and killed him. Yeah, the avatar is always going to have help, so it's just dumb how the no-help rule is mostly ever applied to Korra. When avatars have had help before, will continue to have help after. I just don't get why Korra gets so much hate for it when it's also common for protagonists to receive help to succeed. Especially when I was watching My Adventures with Superman. I've noticed how Clark Kent often receives help with his one-on-one fights, and often loses too. Also with Mark Grayson from Invincible, and especially Takemichi from Tokyo Revengers, who loses the majority of his fights, but he often wins from the support of his friends that do most of the fighting. Heck, I also saw this scene from Scott Pilgrim from the live-action movie when he fights Lucas Lee in a 1 versus 1, and Scott loses. He ended up defeating Lee the second time when he manipulated him into riding his skateboard and he falls from the stairs, and I'm just like, wow. Protagonists winning without throwing hands isn't new, yet people expect Korra to always wins with throwing hands. If she doesn't, it doesn't count as a win, even if she wins regardless without fighting. Which I see with her second battle with Kuvira, people not counting it as a win because she didn't beat her to a pulp, which is stupid. Yeah, either she needs to win without help, but it still doesn't count if she doesn't use hands. Brother O, but Aang and the other avatars get a pass. God forbid Korra gets help. Just hypocrisy, bias, and double standards. It's insane to me. Heck, I think the toxic fans are going to be the same way with the New Earth avatar coming out. Which is also funny to me when people say Korra never wins a 1 versus 1, when that has also been untrue. You know, Kuvira, Hundun, Unalaq, and Vatu before they both fused. Korra also knocked down 3 of the Red Lotus members when she was chained up and poisoned. Basically won a 3-1 there. I may even say Aemon too. Why? Mako eventually was out of commission and his attacks didn't really affect him. Yeah, he was helping her at first, but again, out of commission, which left Korra to fight him alone, which then of course she unlocked airbending and defeated him. Yeah, she has won, so the whole she never won a 1v1 is not even true. Even if it was, toxic hoes didn't have problem with it with Aang. Again, just double standards and hypocrisy. Not surprised most fans also don't know about Hundun, the villain Korra fought, which was 2 weeks after the events Unavatu, and takes place between Book 2 and 3. It's mainly on the Legend of Korra game you can no longer buy, physically, but the story on it is canon. But it is a 1 versus 1 that Korra won, funny enough, which I didn't even like. I was like, where are her friends? They couldn't be there to help her, which sucked. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a good day.